Ayo, what's up, peep? It's a little bit loud here. Oh, hiccup. It's a little bit loud here. So today should be the last day of IAE, the official event. And when we have a look at the schedule, then we have 27th to 28th. So today we have 27th. And Crusader and Tumbril land systems are the ships that should be available. And what we want to have a look is, do we have a new LTI and what ships are available? When we look at that, we have war bonds over here. What we have seen is this duo pack, which is kind of great. We will have a look inside. Can we? Yes, we can. Salvation is still out there. We have the Golem Arcs, the Clipper. Alright, so LTI. Are they LTI? Yes, they are. These duo pack comes with LTI. If you pledge for this one, you will get both ships and both ships will have LTI. This one will come as a pack. That means you cannot you should not be able to upgrade one ship. We do not know, we do not spend 205 to find that out. But when you melt, definitely you will melt them both. At least that is what we understand with a pack. And yeah, LTI. Then this MDC. Yeah, this MDC. What we thought is we have a gun here that we can control, but that's not the case. This is a so-called mobile defense center, means automatic anti-air cannons, missiles or laser. Ballistic laser or missiles. And of course, if you want to set up a base, for example, a ground base, it would be cool to have some sort of a defense mechanism that are no turrets. Yeah, mobile. And if you have a large ship, for example, an Ironclad, an 890 jump, or maybe a Polaris, you can add a ground vehicle as an additional defense mechanism. This one comes with LTI. $50, you got an LTI token, yeah. And this is the only one reason why we would recommend to pledge for this, because of the LTI token, and that's it. But don't do if you don't have the money, if you don't want to spend. But yeah, this is what we would do. Then we have the Salvation. Yeah, Salvation is a little bit more expensive than the other vehicle we had just had seen, but it's also a lifetime insurance token. Nothing more, nothing less. We have still one of these available. We are no salvager, so we will have a tryout just for the sake of the game. But other than that, yeah. If you want to upgrade that LTI to another ship, this $60 or something like 55 will reduced from the additional ship you want to pledge. So if you want to go the LTI token CCU chain, we would even recommend to go for this one, because you will spend 10 more, but that will add up once you found another ship you want to upgrade to. And then the Golem Arcs, also lifetime. It is even more expensive, almost $90 with 2 paints, but these paints are not that awesome looking. But you can go for additional paints, of course. Then the Drake Clipper for $150, also LTI. So these are the LTI tokens of IAE 2955 that will remain. And of course, when you have a check on the game packages, yeah, we never really had looked into, you will have a 68 let's say $70 starter pack, the Salvager. So in that salvager, this is actually a great offer. In that salvager, you will spend 70 bucks. You will get an LTI token, plus the ship, of course, and also some boots. Yeah, some civilized clothes. It looks kind of good. Yeah. So this is the thing you could go for if you start out in Star Citizen. And if you do so, create a free RSI account, because during IAE is free fly event, so you can play for free up until December the 3rd, and after December the 3rd you cannot play unless you pledged for a pack. Yeah, and we would recommend go for this pack, the Salvagers IAE pack, with that starter money of 70 bucks. You spend 70 bucks, and then you will get an LTI token as your starter pack, and we absolutely recommend to do that. And even if you are not a salvager and you do not want to have the salvaging ship, don't bother. You can still upgrade to basically every ship there is in the pledge store right now. So you will spend an additional money to that salvation ship, but you will have the choice, the difficult choice to make what ship that would be. And when we have a look at the RSI, so it comes with 70 bucks. 70 bucks you will spend, and you have the starter ship, the starter pack. And when we have a look at the Salvation Standalone, you only spend $10 more. So that means the game license that privileges you to play Star Citizen even after free fly only costs $10. And this is something that is a reduction. That is a reduction than we had to pay back then when we started out. So go for it. Go for the salvation ship. And if you do so, if you pledge the starter ship with LTI token, then you can go here to upgrade and select your salvation ship. Why don't we have salvation ship, and choose any other ship you want to have. What we always would recommend is go for a 300 Origin 300 series, 315p, 300 IP, 325A. These are the next chip we would recommend to upgrade to, especially when you have an LTI. If you already know that you want to be a combat fighter, then we would recommend to go for either the Titan, that is usually, interesting, Titan is Avenger, interesting, it's not available, but what you can do, the Aegis is the last day, so Aegis is the last ship manufacturer, but what you can go for the Gladius, Gladius is 90 bucks, you will spend additional 30 bucks and you will have these Gladius with LTI. And even if you want to have a second ship, you can go for the Gladius in general, because every single ship that is now available during IAE 2955 comes automatic with 10 years interest, every single item. So if you want to save money but want to not run for the LTI stuff, but you want to get the best out of it, then we would recommend to go for the cheapest 10 years insurance token. And the cheapest 10 years insurance token we found is the PTV 15 US dollar. You click on that, you say view offers, and then you see 10 years insurance on this $16 something. And what does that mean? Once you pledged for this item, you have an item in your fleet, in your hangar, that has 10 years insurance token. And you can upgrade from this one to any other ship at any other given time during the year, and you will maintain these 10 years insurance on whatever ship you want to pledge for. So let's assume you will have this PTV. That is interesting. Maybe that doesn't work. Yeah, but if you would have, we don't have this PTV stuff. But imagine it. You could upgrade from this one. At least we thought. Maybe this is just wrong information. We have no idea. Yeah, but this would be the thing. Yeah, you can basically upgrade. Should be able to upgrade. And yeah, that is from the packages. As a game package, yeah, in order to be able to play Star Citizen, you need to have a game package. And that means you can basically have any game package because the game package itself contains the license to play. And here we see a lot of expensive ships. And of course, when you are new, you do not spend $16,000 into a virtual spaceship fleet because you have no idea what you will expect, right? But even if you would do for this one, you can pledge for this, then you do not need an official game package because you spend too much money. But you can melt it immediately. Immediately means 24 hours plus. You can melt and you will unlock something like 16,000 store credits. And with that store credits, you can pledge ships. Yeah, and you will have a good amount of money to play around with. And there are other packages we never really looked into because we do not have the money for that. But yeah, from all those ships we see here right now, we go price low to high. This useless CO Mustang is still the cheapest. You will spend $50 and you will have a game package. You will have also a useless ship, of course, but who cares, right? It is just the cheapest. The other one would be the Seeker starter ship. This one, this one has cargo capacity. 4 SCUs in total, 2 times 2 SCUs. The Generalist, yeah, that is a decent starter ship. We do not recommend because we do not like that the doors inside of the ship do not open automatically. But this one ship has a bed and this one ship has also cargo capacity. For a Generalist as a starter, this is a great ship. If you already know that you want to be a miner, this will be the starter pack. A small mining machine. And the Duelist starter pack, the Titan Avenger, this is what we would generally recommend as a starter ship. And with this one ship, you will have the longest time fun with it before you even pledge another ship or even buy in-game another ship. Unless you want to be a hauler, of course, then everything changed. So for a cheaper package to start out with is the Salvager for $70. But you got a ship that you will have probably no use for, but this one will come with LTI. Duelist does not have LTI, Miners do not have, Generalist, Seeker and the Citizen, they all do not have LTI token on that ship. So let's have a look at the Hauler IAE. The Hauler IAE comes with 10 years. Yeah, also no LTI, but 10 years fairly good as a starter ship that you can upgrade from. Yes, and so let's have a check on this one. 6 months, yeah. 6 months compared to 10 years is nothing. All right. So then we are going into the ships. Like we said, Crusader. We have a look at the Crusader ships. All ships are available. Every single one. And there are 2 ships in concept. The E1 Spirit passenger version and the Genesis, also a passenger ship. We have a look into this one. But we had been looking into this one as a ship in our fleet, and we will do it with the Liberator. And this, yeah, the M2, C2, Starlifter series in general are kinda old ships. And we do not spend 500 IRL for an old ships, even when they did the rework. So, no. Nothing special here. The other manufacturer is the Tumbril. And the Tumbril, here you got another chance for cheap 10 years insurance tokens. And of course, most famous are these Tumbril Cyclone versions. The standard edition Exploration has a 1 SU cargo capacity. This is our favorite, of course. AA air defense military vehicle, then a military ground battle with missiles. The Razer edition, this would be awesome. The RN reconnaissance, there is no gameplay for it anyways. The TR is a 2 or 3 people vehicles with a gunner in the back. If you do some sort of ground stuff, like let's say bunker runs, yeah. If you are a crew of 2 or 3, you can go with this one and shoot all the enemies while you are approaching the facility. And then the most important or most interesting stuff are these one. The Ranger CV RCTR. These are some sort of proper bikes. And they are in concept. They just tag them as in concept. We do not believe that they are in concept. But what we want to say is, it's interesting that they put it on sale during IAE, because we assume then that they actually plan or had planned to actually develop this stuff. And so here we can see 35. Yeah, compared to the PTV, still expensive or more expensive for a ground vehicle that is not out there. But when we have a look into these ground vehicles, has some small boxes here, small tiny boxes, and no SCU in total, 3-4 meters long, it's quite a length. And when we have a check on, yeah, 10 years insurance on this small thing. And then you can eventually upgrade from this one. Let's have a look if that is even offered. Maybe it's not. Come on. We do not have the Ranger, but you can select it as an upgrade, yeah. So we could go for the CV, for example. And here we can see to where we can upgrade to. We can even upgrade to the Dragonfly Black. And so this would be a thing, yeah. You can spend now $35 and you will have a 10 years insurance token. And then from then you can upgrade to any other ship. Now during IAE, it doesn't really make sense to pledge for the Ranger just to upgrade afterwards immediately. But maybe you do not want to right now, but maybe next year, somewhere in February or maybe in April or whatnot. And then you will be happy to have a 10 years insurance token that you can upgrade to any other ship, and you do not need to worry about the insurance because your upgraded vehicle will have the 10 years insurance. And 10 years for an online service is still good. So here you could go for, what is it, $55, $62. You will get the 300i, And this is a ship or vehicle, yeah, a ship we would recommend because the 300i is customizable. So you will spend for the customization a little bit more, but you have some sort of your ship. And that is cool. CIG would make a lot of money if they will implement more customizing ships. So the Ares Ion, a lot of people who do fighting, they kind of love this thing because it has a big laser gun, but that is exactly the problem for us, only one. It's considered to be a small ship. That implies, no, look, it is size 5 guns. One size 5, oh no, one size 7, that is a heavy gun. Yeah, if you are a skilled pilot, this would be a thing. We are not. And it's a Crusader and we are Anvil fans. So the Genesis, maximum 8 crew, passenger ship. The Genesis is yet another landmark in Crusader Industries' proud history of transport design. This ship utilizes award-winning manufacturing techniques and the highest quality parts to create one thing: a next-generation passenger ship at the price that won't break your budget. 400. And Crusader Industries' proprietary Neo-G engine technology offers some of the most efficient flight for a ship of that size. Well, that ship is listed as large ship, and it kind of looks large, even very, very large. But when you see here, the man next to it, it's not that large. But the design of it, it kind of looks aerodynamic, but also some sort of futuristic sci-fi. Yeah, just because of that, that would be a nice thing. But when we look at the bridge, the cockpit, the front, it looks more than a MISC ship. It looks more a MISC ship than a Crusader, but who cares, right? And where do the people get in? Through the ass. All right. Yeah. The CV, we do not want to spend more money into it, but this would be a thing just for curiosity. Yeah, just for curiosity, we would pledge for this ground vehicle. Maybe it will be in in-game stores one day, we do not know. So the multi-crew pack for 3,000, you will get 4 ships, the Carrack, Hammerhead, Perseus and Polaris. For 2,000, all of them, I mean 3,000, yeah, 3,000 for virtual spaceships, but all of them will come with lifetime insurance. And you can name the ships. All right. Yeah, so it looks like as if that it is. And what we want to have a check on, what's next? Yeah, today, Thursday, tomorrow seems to be the official Black Friday, and tomorrow will be, I guess, Dynamics. So tomorrow is definitely the last day where you can pledge the last